Hello, you're welcome to the Robert TV show. Ever wondered whether to use I went and buy or I went and bought? Well, let us discuss these concepts and get to know which one to use, because sometimes we get torn between the two. Alright. I went and buy is wrong. I went and bought is correct. Why do I say so? Now, and is a central conjunction, and it is used to join units of the same level. It is used to put units of the same level together. Now, by units of the same level, an example is this being went as a simple past tense, this being by, well, let's say it is in the simple present tense, or maybe in the base form, or bare infinitive. If this is in the simple past, this is also supposed to be in the simple past, or we should get past form here too, so that they will be on the same level. So I went and buy is wrong, but I went and bought is correct, because went is in the simple past, bought is also in the simple past. So it is good to say I went and bought instead of I went and buy. Now let's expatiate. Now looking at this particular compound sentence, I went to the supermarket and bought groceries for the week. I went to the supermarket and bought groceries for the week. This is a compound sentence which contains two independent clauses or simple sentences. The first one being I went to the supermarket. The second one being I bought groceries for the week. Alright. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if we are putting these two together in order not to render both separately, rather we want to just say them as one sentence or as one sentence, that is when we tend to put them together using a central conjunction, such as and, sometimes or, but. They are used as central conjunctions or coordinating conjunctions to put two units which are of the same level together. So here, I went to the supermarket and bought groceries for the week is correct. Not I went to the supermarket and buy. Why? Because over here, it says I went to the supermarket. The sentence or the first clause is in the simple past tense. This is the subject here. And in the second clause too, or in the second simple sentence, we have dropped something. If you can see, the I is dropped. The I has been dropped here. So we say this subject is implied because we know that it is the same subject I that performs both actions. So it is prudent to just represent the subject with one and ignore or omit one. Is that okay? Now, omitting the subjects in the second clause does not change the tense form of the clause. So do not be tempted to say I went to the supermarket and buy groceries for the week. You'd rather want to say I went to the supermarket and bought groceries for the week. Alright, now there is an exception though. That is when you are using the preposition to. Yes, to. In most cases we use to. So instead of saying and I went to the supermarket, I bought groceries for the week. Instead of using and to maybe join, you would want to use to. And in that case, you are free to say I went to the supermarket to buy groceries for the week. I went to the supermarket to buy groceries for the week. In that case, you're okay. Because after the preposition to, the next verb, in most cases, should be in the base form or in the bare infinitive form. Okay, so that is the only case you are exempted to, say I went to buy. But when you use and as a central conjunction, you don't say I went and buy. You say I went and bought. Now let's look at this and tell whether it is correct or wrong, and also find out whether we can Explain. Mr. Ken came and rewrite the history of our people. Ladies and gentlemen, let me leave this to you. Is this correct? If yes, why? If not, why? Can we guess whether it is right or wrong? Mr. Ken came and rewrite the history of our people. Oh yes, of all the men that have come and also gone, it was Mr. Ken who came and rewrite the history of our people. This is wrong in the sense that Mr. Ken came is in the past, and the rewriting of the history is also in the past, and is used, not to. Therefore, you would rather want to use Mr. Ken came and rewrote. Mr. Ken came in the simple past and rewrote also in the simple past. So when you are separating the separate clauses this from that, you'd say Mr. Ken came. Mr. Ken rewrote the history of our people. Or Mr. Ken came. He rewrote the history of our people. So when putting these two together, you say Mr. Ken came and rewrote the history of our people. Ladies and gentlemen, let us desist from structures such as he went to the headmaster and tell him to sack me. He went to the headmaster and tell him to sack me. No. The moment you use and, it means you're supposed to join units of the same level. So you would rather want to say he went to the headmaster and told him. Yes, he went to the headmaster and told him. So he went to the headmaster. He told him. He went to the headmaster and told him. Okay, I went to the shop to buy an eraser. Fine. I went to the shop or store and bought an eraser. So let's take note of these structures, as they sometimes seem to be challenging, but